Hopefully everybody can hear us.
You guys can come in for our opening. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our virtual Pinewood Derby for 2021. We're excited to have you participating virtually, and we're as prepared as we can be to hopefully have this go off without a hitch. So we're going to start this morning, like we start off all of our meetings, by doing the Pledge of Allegiance and having our opening. So we have our flag back here. If you're following along at home and you happen to be in your uniform, you can salute, or else you can put your hand on your heart if you are not. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we'll put our signs up, and we will do, and you can follow along at home as well, we'll do our scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And now our scout law. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, too. Okay, very good. So I want to introduce some of the leaders in the troop who are helping us here today. Obviously, you know me, Mr. Mitchell. We have Mr. Kinney here. You're going to see him running cars back and forth. Our master of ceremonies of races today is Mr. Tone, our scout master from the troop. We have Mr. Jones here from the troop as well. We have Mr. Rich over on this side. I don't know if you can see him. And Mr. D'Elia floating around. He may come in and out of camera as well. So that's who we have here to execute the races. This is how this is going to work for you guys here today. We're going to go by den. We're going to start with our youngest den, which is our lions. We have 4 lions entered and ready to go. They're going to race 3 times each. Then we will have our tigers go, followed by our wolves, our bears, and then our webelos to conclude. So what we're going to do at the beginning of each race is we're going to bring the camera up and show you the cars that are going to be running so you can get a little visual on what you're going to see. Then we'll go through and we'll run the race. At the end, we'll announce the winners of each den. At the very end today, the winner of each den will compete against the winners of the other dens in a grand finale. So you see some trophies back here. These trophies, first, second, and third, are for the overall winners of the grand finale. The winners, first, second, and third in each den is also going to receive a medal. So you will get those awards. All these awards we're going to give out when we meet on the 13th in a couple of weeks across the street at the pavilion. One other thing we're going to do at the end, so keep an eye on the cars as we go and what they look at and what they look like. Because at the end, we're going to have the leaders who don't have children in the pack. So myself, I'm not going to be involved in this. Mr. Kinney won't, but Mr. Jones, Mr. Tone, they will be picking 6 nominees from all these cars. And at the end, we'll show you those 6, and we're going to put up a poll for you guys to participate in it, to pick the winner of our beauty contest. So our sort of best in show, the car that we like the best. So you get an opportunity to vote on those 6 nominees. So keep an eye on those as we go. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. Do we want to bring the camera up and we'll show off the cars that we've got for the first set of races? So I think going left to right, we have the Lego car there. That's Andrew D'Elia. And then next to him is, I believe that's Patrick Kosar. Then we have the Ironman car. That is Andrew Mitchell. And on the right, we have Cooper Sullivan. So those are our 4 lions. And we're going to get ready to have them race.
Yep.
All right, so as we're setting up for the first race here, I'm going to attempt to show you who is racing in each heat. All right, so in our first heat, you should be able to see this now. In the first heat, in lane 1, will be Andrew D'Elia, Cooper will be in the middle, and Andrew Mitchell will be in lane 3. Now you guys on your screen, what you're seeing, on the far, they go 1, 2, 3 from left to right, the way that you are looking at the track. So Andrew D'Elia will be in the far left, Cooper in the middle, and Andrew Mitchell on the right. Okay, we're ready.
job.
All right, good race. So we will share so you can see the results. So there's our results of the first race. That went pretty quickly. Let me see if I can go back and show you that. So the first race, Andrew Mitchell, Cooper Sullivan second, and Andrew D'Elia third. All three of those were very fast. That was very good. So as we're setting up for the next race, and you'll see guys, as we do this, each car is going to race once in each lane. So we try to make this as fair as we can be. Sometimes one lane is faster than the other, but everybody's going to race in each lane once. So next up, Patrick Kosar will be in lane 1, Andrew D'Elia in lane 2, and Cooper Sullivan in lane 3. And we're ready when you guys are. All right, let's share that again so we can see. All right, that time Cooper was the fastest out of lane 3, Andrew D'Elia second. I'm gonna have to continue to click the previous button, I think, and Patrick in third from lane number 1. Good job, good race that time. All right, let's go to the next here. So the next heat, we'll have Andrew Mitchell in the first lane, Patrick in lane 2, and Andrew D'Elia in lane 3. And we're ready when you guys are. All right, very good. We'll show you the results there. Okay, Andrew Mitchell in first out of lane 1, and Andrew D'Elia, and Patrick in third out of lane 2. Some good speeds here, guys. All right, so we have one more race, one more heat for our Lion Den. We'll have Cooper in lane 1, Andrew Mitchell in lane 2, and Patrick in lane 3. And when the cars are set up, we're ready. Yep. We want to do that one again? Yep. Hold on, we had a malfunction, guys. So we are going to, Steve, just trip that third lane for me. Just put your hand right under the sensor. Yep. That's it. All right, we're going to rerun that one. We had a malfunction there on the track. These are the things that happen, guys.
Doing it live.
That's right. All right, I believe we are ready again on P4. Okay, ready when you guys are. All right, that was better. All right, let's show you those times. All right, and that's it for our Lion Den. So the fourth heat here, we had Andrew in first, Cooper in second, Patrick Kosar in third. And let's see here. Give me a moment to figure out how to remember to calculate the overall winners here. I'm gonna stop that as I do it. Okay, we figured out what we're doing here. Okay, so for our Lion Den, in first place was Andrew Mitchell with an average speed of 132.4. Cooper was in second with an average speed of 130.5 miles an hour. Andrew D'Elia third at 120.9, and Patrick in fourth. So Andrew Mitchell will continue and will race again in the grand finale at the end. So that was our lion den. Great job to our lions. Your first time here, guys. Really good job. All right, so next up, we're going to get set up for our tiger den. And I think what we'll do, Mr. Kinney, is maybe we'll take the camera back up and we'll show those.
All right, so from left to right here, we have the purple car, number 22, which is Liam McVeigh. We have our, I think that's a Yoshi on top of there. Number 2 is Michael Beckwith. And then, goodness, there's a whole bunch on there. There's penguins in Italy, right? Number 31 is Bentley. And then Batman, the Batmobile there is number 19, who is Braden Less. So there you go. There's the Tiger Den.
All right, some good looking cars there. So we're going to get our cameras set back up here, guys. So we are ready for the next race. All right, I think we're all set up and ready for our Tiger Den. I'll tell you who we have in the first race here before we let them rip. All right, so in the first lane is Michael, in the middle lane is Bentley, and in lane 3 is Liam. So I'm gonna switch back over to our video, and we're ready, Mr. Tone. All right, very good. Let me show you guys what happened there. All right, so Bentley was first in that. Again, very fast cars, all three very fast that time. Bentley was in first, Michael just a tick behind him, and Liam just 0.4 of a second behind Michael. So 3 fast cars in that heat. Good job, boys. All right. Heat number 2, we'll have Braden in lane 1. Michael is in the middle lane, and Bentley is in lane 3. And we're ready, Mr. Tone. Very fast again there. We've got 4 really fast cars in this den. So we should be seeing the results here. Braden in first there. Bentley just a little bit behind him. Go back, and Michael, again, the slowest time that we've seen out of this den so far was 127.6, which is not slow. That's fast. So these are some fast cars. Really good job. All right, we have our third heat is going to have Liam in the first lane, Braden in the middle, and Michael in lane 3. And Mr. Tone, we're ready when you are. Another good race. All right, let's pull the results up here for this one for you guys. Okay, so Braden in first there at 131. Liam just behind. Go back again. And Michael in third, but at 127.6 miles an hour, very fast. And we'll move into our final heat here for our Tiger Den. We'll have Bentley in lane 1, Liam in the middle, and Braden in lane 3. Timer's ready, so when they're all set, we can race. right. Let's take a look there. Okay, so Bentley that time in first. That was the fastest heat yet. Braden at over 131 miles an hour came in second. Liam in third. Looking forward to seeing the totals on this one, guys. This is going to be quite fast. All right, let's switch over. I won't make you watch me click. All right, let's find our results for that den. All right, here we go. So the winner of the Tiger Den was Bentley at 131.8 miles an hour. And you guys can see these numbers on the screen, I think. These were really close. So Braden came in second at 131.5 miles an hour, so only 0.3 behind. Liam third at 128.3 and Michael at 127.9 in fourth. But those were four very fast cars. So great job to all four of those boys. Right.
The Batman car, that was, I think that was it Braden?
I'm not sure. What number is the Batman car?
Which?
Batman is 19. I think
19 is Braden.
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Mr. Rich didn't have a chance to tell you guys this year, but he used to always offer a prize for the Batman
I
cars,
think that was Braden one.
for the Batmobiles. He enjoyed that one.
Or no, Bentley.
Bentley was car 31.
Yep.
He was the winner of that den. All right, guys, we're moving right along here. We're going to move on into our Wolf round. Give me a moment. Mr. Kinney, if you want to introduce those cars while I get us set up. All right, some really good looking cars there, guys. So as we get this one set up, one thing you'll see that's different in this den, this is just the way the software did it, but we'll have some empty lanes occasionally. So there will be a bye in our first heat. Actually, there will be a bye. So sometimes you only see two cars coming down, but don't worry, that's on purpose. We didn't miss anybody. So let me go ahead and show you who we have in our first heat. First heat, we'll have Josh Davis in the first lane. Andrew Kinney is in the middle. And the third lane will be empty for this heat. So we'll go ahead and get this ready. Switch over to our race view and we're ready, Mr. Tone. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you what happened there. Okay, so in the first one, Josh Davis came in first there at 116.1. Andrew Kinney, the Scooby-Doo car, in second. And hopefully the bye always finishes last. That's our goal. So we'll move on into the next race. I guess we just learned by way of the grapevine that Mr. Kinney was on mute as he was introducing the cars. So apologies for that. I'll tell you what, as the cars finish and as we walk them back past the camera, maybe we'll show you, we'll try to make sure we show you each car so you know what each one looks like as we go here. So apologies for that. Technical difficulties as we learn. All right, so we're gonna ready the timer here for the second heat. This is gonna have Hunter in lane 1, Benjamin in the middle, and Josh Davis in lane 3. Switch back to race view. And we're ready, Mr. Tom. All right. And give us a minute here. Occasionally a car needs a push. This happens every year. We just have extra obstacles this year. There we go. All right, so we got all three across the finish line. We'll show you what happened here. All right, so we had Josh Davis in first there. Apologies, now we've got a little echo. Ben came in second, Hunter in third, and we're going to show you some of these cars now. I will mute Mr. Coop.
Number 8. All right, guys. So this is number 17. You can see that car, right? So that is Ben Kozar with a skull on the front of it. All right, so now we have car number 4, red car there. That is Josh Davis. That is an extremely thin car in the middle. Good luck. That's an awesome car. And now we have car number 8, the blue car, the bean car, the blue bean mobile, we'll call it. And that is Hunter Evans. So there we go.
All right, so there were 3 out of our 6. We'll introduce you to the other 3 here as we go, a couple at a time. All right, so let's move on to our next heat. We'll show you who's going to race. This is heat number 3 of the Wolf Den. We're going to have Andrew Kinney in lane 1. Julian will be in the middle lane, and Hunter in lane 3. So we're ready to timer, switch back to race view. And we're ready when you are, Mr. Tone. All right, here they come. Give Hunter a little push there. All right, we got all across the finish line. Let's show you what happened. All right, I've got to click back. Okay, so Julian was in first in that heat, Andrew in second, and Hunter in third. So good job there, boys. And we're going to move on to our 4th heat. Oh yeah, let's go ahead, and I think maybe Julian's we haven't seen yet. So let me mute, and Mr. Kinney will introduce Julian and Andrew, I think.
All right, guys. So you want to switch back to that video? There we go. Okay. All right, guys. So this is number 15. I don't know if we introduced this one already. Andrew Kinney was Scooby-Doo. That's who's on top of there. Cool color shift paint. Oh, there we go. Mr. Jones. Now we have car number 20. Those are rocks on the top of there. Those are really awesome. And number 20 is Julian McDonough. Those cool green wheels. All right. Good job.
All right, I think we've introduced now 5 out of the 6, so we'll just have to keep an eye out for whichever is the 6th. And I'm guessing Carter will be the last one. We'll introduce him in this race. So let me show you who's racing next. In this heat, we'll have Ben in lane 1, Carter will be in lane 2, and Andrew Kinney is in lane 3. Okay, timer's ready. And we're ready as soon as the cars are, Mr. Tone. Ooh. We found our fastest car here. All right, that was good. Let's show the
green one there.
And I'll show results, and then we'll show you what Carter's car looks like. Carter came in first there, followed by Ben, Andrew in third. And let me go ahead and switch back here so that Mr. Kinney can show you what Carter.
All right, guys. So this is the green. I don't know what Carter calls it. The Green Goblin, number 32 there. Those are some awesome eyes on the front of there. That is a fast car. Good job, Carter.
All right, so moving right along here. In our Wolf Den, we'll show you who's up next. We'll have heat number 5 coming up, 5 out of 7. So in this one, we have Julian in lane 1. The middle lane will be empty, and Ben will be in lane 3. We're ready when you are. All right, good race. Let's show you the result here. Okay, so Julian in first, followed by Ben, and the bye again finishes last. Poor bye. All right, we've shown you all the cars, so we'll get on to heat number 6. In this heat, we have Carter in the first lane, Josh is in the middle, and Julian is in lane 3. And we're ready. All right, that was our tightest heat yet. Very close. Okay, let's take a look. So Carter finished first that time at 119, Julian at 116, and Josh only half a second behind in third. So a good tight race that time. All right, so we are on to our final heat for our Wolf Den. This time lane 1 will be empty, lane 2 will have Hunter, and in lane 3 will be Carter. And we're ready. All right, there we are. Okay. So let's take a look at that race. So Carter came in first that time. Hunter, that doesn't count. The bye didn't beat Hunter. All right, so we'll ignore that. Let me go ahead and try to pull up our final stats here for that den. We'll show you who's moving on to the final. All right, pull this up. We'll share this here. Okay, so Josh Davis wins that den at an average of 116.1. Julian in second at 114.3. You can see how tight this was, guys, among the top 3. Carter then only a tenth of a second behind Julian at 114.2. So Josh will continue on into our finale at the end. All right, so I think what we're going to do next is this is going to be our smallest race. We just have 2 bears and 1 Weeblo, and we had 2 out of those 3 enter. So let's go ahead and have Mr. Kinney introduce our 2 entrants in this next.
I'll make sure to take myself off mute this time. So, all right, so let me get zoomed in here. So we have left there, car number 24 is Helena Mitchell. That is a unicorn. Let me see if I can get a side view there. That is an awesome car. Good job. And then the car on the right there with Mario on it. That is awesome. Looking is 27, and that is Nadir Ruddy. Good job.
All right, so Elena and Nadir will each race 3 times. So obviously we'll have a bye in each of the lanes in each of the races as we go here. Just 3 heats for this den. So let me show you what we have first. In the first heat, Elena will be in lane 1, the middle lane will be empty, and Nadir will be in lane 3. And we are ready when you are, Mr. Tone. Ooh, that was fast. Okay, let's see what we did here. So Nadir at 133.8, that's one of the best times we've seen. And first, Elena at 119.7, also not bad. And they are going to race again. This time, Nadir in lane 1, Elena in the middle lane, and lane 3 this time will be empty. Okay, we're ready to go here with our second heat, and we're ready when you are, Mr. Tone. All right. Good run that time. Let's share. That time we had Nadir in first at 131.5, Elena at 120. Another good fast heat. And we'll move on to our third and final for this den. This time lane 1 will be empty. Nadir will be in lane 2 and Elena in lane 3. All right, we're ready when you are, Mr. Tone. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results. Okay, so in that race, we had Nadir again in first at 131, Elaine at 126. Let me go ahead and find our standings there. Okay, so Nadir is the winner of the Bear Den at 132.1 miles an hour. Elena in second at 121.9, which is not too bad. And that will move us on here to our final den, which is our Weeblo 2 den, which has, I believe, 7 cars racing. So why don't I go ahead and stop, and Mr. Kinney will introduce you to those cars.
All right, yep, I am off mute. I double checked this time. All right, so from left to right here, we got blue and white stripes. Number 3 is Anthony Castellani. That is an awesome job there. And then the next one over, the gold car with the stars on it. Get a better angle there. That is number 14. That is Matthew Kettrick. Good job. And then I don't know if you can see, there's some awesome stickers on there. That is number 1. That is Adrian Azar. It's a cool Panther back sticker on the back there. Next over, we have number 12. That is Charlie Holden. That is a cool job there. That is a stained, if anybody can see that. A lot of the leaders like that car. So next over, we've got number 25. We get a better angle on that there. In case you can't see, that is a COVID needle or just a needle. Number 25, that is Matthew Mitchell. I'm sure everybody in that den can appreciate whose car that is. All right, next over, we have a cool looking car. That is number 21. So that is Samuel McDonough. Good job. No, sorry, not Samuel. Samson McDonough. There we go. Sorry about that, Samson. All right, number 26, last car on the end here, the red one. That is a skull, in case you can't see. That is 26 is Cole. So good job, Cole. All right, those are the Weeblo 2s. That's the last Pinewood Derby for you guys.
All right.
I'm sure they get sick of me here saying that.
So yes, the final one for this group. So we're going to go ahead and get the first heat set up here. I'll share and show you who's racing. So in the first heat, we'll have Adrian in lane 1, Charlie in the middle, and Cole in lane 3. And I think we're good to go. Ready when you are, Mr. Tone. All right, that looked like a pretty fast heat. Let's take a look at our results here. Okay, all 3 of those cars over 130 miles an hour. That was fast. Cole at 135.9, that might be the fastest time we've seen yet. Adrian in second at 130.4, and Charlie just behind at 130. So 3 very fast cars at that time. This is going to be a fast den, I think. This is 5 years of experience in building cars in action. All right, so the next heat, we have Anthony in the first lane, Matthew Kettrick is in the middle, and Adrian will be in lane 3. And we are ready when you are. All right. There it goes. It made it. All right. Very good. Let's go ahead and share. Okay. Matthew Kettrick over 130 on that time as well in first place. Adrian in second at almost 130, and Anthony in third, which will bring us to heat number 3, which will have Charlie in the first lane, Samson in the middle, and Anthony in lane 3. Okay, we're ready.
across the line. That time, Charlie, I don't know what happened to there we are. Charlie that time at 130.5. Sampson came in second, Anthony in third. Good race, boys. We'll move on to heat number 4. Of 2 Matthews in this race, Matthew Kettrick in lane 1, Matthew Mitchell in lane 2, and Charlie in lane 3. And we're ready. All right, that was a good fast heat that time. Again, 3 fast times. Matthew Kettrick at almost 132. Charlie, look at that, just 1/10 of a second behind. Charlie was 1/10 of a second behind Matthew Kettrick that time. And Matthew Mitchell in third at 127.7 is a pretty good time as well. Okay, move on to heat number 5, which is going to have Sampson in lane 1, Cole in lane 2, and Matthew Kettrick in lane number 3. And we're ready. All right, another fast heat. Let's take a look. Okay, Cole that time at another, I think that may be the same time he had earlier, 135.9. Matthew Kettrick, 131.8. Sampson in third. These might be the fastest times we've seen so far. Okay, heat number 6, we'll have Matthew Mitchell in the first lane, Adrian in the middle, Sampson in lane 3. And we're ready. All right, another tight one there. Let's take a look at the time. So Adrian came in first that time at 129. Matthew 1 second behind at 128. Sampson in third. A pretty good time himself, which takes us to the final heat of this den, which will have Cole in lane 1, Anthony in the middle lane, and Matthew Mitchell in lane 3. And we're ready. Okay, let's take a look at our final heat times there. All right, so Cole again over 135 at 135.1, Matthew 126.3, and Anthony got across the line. We didn't have to give him a push. And that concludes the Weeblo 2 den. So let's take a look at the finals there. Hold on, we'll show the standings first. All right, no surprise if you've been following along. Cole had 3 consistently fast times. So Cole Powell, car number 26, is the winner of the Weeblo 2 den at 135.6. Matthew Kettrick, I think that time was probably enough to win some of the other dens, 131.8. Same by Charlie in third place at 130.8. You can see how tight this was. Adrian almost at 130 himself, 129.7 came in fourth. Matthew, Sampson, and Anthony also had some pretty good times. So great job there by the Weeblo 2 den. All right, guys, so that is all of our den racing. What we're going to do now is it's going to take a couple of moments, I think, to prepare for our grand finals, get that schedule set up. So I think perhaps in our little intermission here, while I set that up, I think Mr. Jones is going to dance for us, or maybe sing, I don't know.
Pinewood Derby traditionally has time between each heat. Because we're virtual, we didn't have as much time between the heats. But we're still going to sing a Pinewood Derby song.
And as we sing this song, this is going to be a repeat after me song. So when we sing the first line, I want to hear you sing the second line. And if you don't sing it loud enough, because we can hear you here, if you don't sing it loud enough, we're going to do it again. All right?
And
So we'll go nice and slow.
the second line is doo-da, doo-da. Okay, everybody? I can hear you. Doo-da, doo-da.
Okay, so here again, it's a repeat after me song. So here we go on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Pinewood Derby sure is fun. Line them up and watch them run all the doo-dah day. And when we are done, we'll be number one. It don't matter anyway, we had lots of fun.
Now we're going a little bit fast here, so we're going to go a little bit slower. Second verse. Here we go.
Act 160, sing this song. Doo-dah, doo-dah. We'll be racing all day long, all the doo-dah day. Who's gonna come in first? Who's gonna come in last? It don't matter anyway, we're gonna have a blast. Okay, third verse.
Real loud. Bring it real loud
I
here.
want to hear you.
Now that we are almost done, doo-dah, doo-dah. Let us say we all have won all the doo-dah day. Had a real good day, and we're out of here. It don't matter anyway, we'll be back next year. Right.
Hope to see you all next year.
Good job. I'm still working. You want to say it again?
We went too fast. Mr. Mitchell wasn't ready yet.
All right, so I have this right. It's Andrew.
All right, everybody. Hopefully you can see me. So this is a trophy. This is the first place trophy that Mr. Rich got for us. Let me see if I can show you the plaque here. That's pretty cool. It's got the pack on it, right? 121 Pinewood Derby, first place. All right, that's a pretty cool car on top of there. Then we got second place here and third place. Those are some pretty awesome trophies there. Thank you to Mr. Rich for getting those for us.
Well, the
All right, everybody, we appreciate you being patient. We have the schedule ready for our finals. Our 5 finalists again from our Lion Den, Andrew Mitchell. From our Tiger Den is Bentley Tretino. From our Wolf Den is Josh Davis. From our Bear Den is Nadir Ruddy. And from our Weeblo 2 Den is Cole Powell. So those 5, just like we've done here, will each race 3 times. And the average race times will determine who wins those 3 trophies. So,
Josh, or show them again?
sure.
Okay.
You're hearing us in real time here. Mr. Kinney's going to go up there and give you one more view of those cars while we get them set up. I just handed the schedule. So Mr. Kinney's going to show you, remind you what those are.
Tight in here. So we have number 23 here, the Ironman car. That is Andrew Mitchell. 31, I forget who that was. 31 has Bentley, right? Yeah, Bentley, good job. And then number 4 over here, the red one, red and gold, is Josh Davis. So good luck, guys. Yeah, let's just do all these all at once. Thank you, Mr. Jones. So then we have our Mario car there, number 27. That was Nadir, right? And then the skull, right? Number red, number 26. That is Cole Powell. Good job.
All right, so we'll get our camera reset here so you're ready to watch our final. I'll go ahead and show you who's in our first heat. First heat in lane 1 will be Andrew Mitchell. Bentley is in the middle in lane 2, and Josh Davis is in lane 3. I believe they're set up and ready. And we're ready to go when you are.
All right, let's take a look at our stats there. Okay, so Andrew Mitchell won that heat at 132.8. Bentley just behind at 132.2. Let me go back. And Josh at 115 in third. Move on into our second heat. This time we'll have Nadir in lane 1. Cole is in the middle lane, lane 2, and Andrew Mitchell is in lane 3. And we are ready.
Are you ready, Mr. Powell?
Breaking out the flag. All right. As you would expect in the finals, look at these times, very fast. Okay, let's take a look. Really tight race. Cole Powell consistently up there over 135. Nadir just behind at 134.4. That car seems to be getting faster. And Andrew, also a good time, just behind Nadir, 1/10 of a second behind Nadir on that race. Heat number 3. Okay. Our third heat out of 5, we'll have Bentley in lane 1. Josh Davis is in the middle lane, and Nadir will be in lane 3. And we are ready.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at our times here. 2 again over 131. Nadir in first at 131.5. Bentley at 131. And Josh, also a nice fast car. Coming in third, but going fast. That brings us to heat number 4. We'll have Cole Powell in lane 1. Andrew Mitchell is in lane 2, and Bentley is in lane 3. And we're ready when you are, Mr. Tone. That was a very tight race. You see really tight numbers here. Okay, Cole that time at 134.7. Andrew Mitchell at 133.2, and Bentley just behind him at 132.4. So just, what is that, 2.3 seconds, guys, between first and third in that heat. We didn't tell you guys there'd be math involved here, but there is. Okay, our final heat, and then we will see who the winners of our trophies are. So in this final heat, we have Josh in lane 1, Nadir is in lane 2, and Cole is in lane 3. Final heat for the 2021 Pinewood Derby, and we're ready. Okay, let's take a look here at our times. All right, Cole in first at 135.6, Nadir 132.9, Josh at 113.9. That concludes our final race. Let's go ahead and close that and move over to our standings. You can see it there on the screen. This was very close. So our winner in his final Pinewood Derby at 135.4 miles an hour is Cole Powell. In his first Pinewood Derby, in second place at 133.1 is Andrew Mitchell. And in third place, Nadir Ruddy at 132.9 also wins a trophy. Also a great job by Bentley and Josh, who are going to get medals for winning their dens. So fantastic job, everybody. If we give a round of applause. I think what we're going to do next is that concludes our racing. We're gonna award these medals and these trophies on February 13th. We'll see you guys outdoors in the pavilion at the park at 9 a.m. Mark your calendar. But what we're going to do next, and you're going to have an opportunity over the next couple of weeks, we'll get some information out by email. We're going to introduce to you the 6 nominees for our beauty contest. And again, we're going to award a first, second, and third for our beauty contest. So why don't we go over to Mr. Jones and Mr. Tone, who can tell us about our 6 nominees and let you know who those are.
All right. So
All right, so our 6 nominees for the beauty contest. These were nominated by Mr. Tone, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Rich. We have car number 24, the unicorn car, that's Elena Mitchell. Car number 25, the vaccine mobile, that's Matthew Mitchell. We have,
profile there. Good
and we'll
job.
take some good pictures of these guys
Yeah.
so that when we put up the poll, you'll be able to really see. Now this car, Mr. D'Elia, I think, slaved for hours building this car. He had to make the car thinner so he could fit those Legos on there.
Those are Legos on the
So
side.
pretty impressive stuff. That's Andrew D'Elia's car. Whose is the Batmobile? I'm not sure.
That is Braden Less.
Braden Les. I think that's
That
Mr.
is-
Rich's pick. He
oh,
loves
yeah.
Batmobiles. Great job on the Batmobile.
Good job.
That's Braden's car.
Liam McVeigh.
Oh yeah.
2 is Liam McVeigh. A lot of detail work on that car. That was
Those are
great.
awesome wheels. Good job.
And Nadir Ruddy with the Mario Kart
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Also a really cool car. So
Look at
those
that.
are our 6 nominees for the beauty contest. Within the next day or so, we'll get the poll up on that. You guys will be able to vote. You can vote for yourself. I think there's plenty of votes. If you want to vote for yourself, that's fine. I think that's about it for our 2021 Pinewood Derby.
Do we
Thank
want to
you
show
guys
the
for participating?
first, second, third next to their trophy, or
Oh, yeah, we could certainly do that. So let's make sure you guys know who won what here. That was first place. That's Cole's car. Second place there is Andrew Mitchell. And in third was Bentley Tratino. So
Good
there's our
job.
3 winners, our 6 beauty contest nominees.
Well, this is the one I'm told.
And
How about last year?
And
Yep.
great job by all of you guys. Hopefully you had fun. This was a little bit different this year. You couldn't be here with us, but I think hopefully you were able to share this with your families, and they were able to watch perhaps when in a normal year they can't.
It'll be recorded too.
And this will be recorded. So if you want to share this with grandma and say, Grandma, watch my race, the link will go up. It won't go up immediately. It'll be up. So thank you to Mr. Tone, Mr. Kinney, Mr. Jones, Mr. Rich, and Mr. Lee over there. Thank you guys for participating, building these cars. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you guys soon. Great job,
Good job, guys. Good job.